I did it again. I've been reading books, but I did not update my book rating snake. My plan this year was to update my snake every time I finish a book and update you as well as update me on short form videos. But I keep forgetting. I guess we are going to do another long form video. I don't know if you like me crocheting and talking about books at the same time, but these are two of my biggest hobbies, crocheting and reading. So I like the fact that both are included in a video, and my snake is looking really cool. So I'm sorry, but we are doing it again. I do have a cold, so if I sniffle as I talk, I'm really sorry. It's that time of the year, isn't it? Everyone is unwell. I hope you are okay, and I hope you won't catch my cold from watching this video. So just to refresh our memory, the book rating snake is a snake that I am crocheting, and every time I finish a book, I am adding the rating that I gave said book. So each color is a rating, and the white is just to like space them out. It's just to give a bit more dimension and more detail, so the colors are more spaced out and prettier. So we have the rainbow yarn for the head and what will be the tip of the tail of the snake. Then we have the pink, which is for the 5 stars ratings. The orange is for the 4 stars. The purple is for the 3 stars. The blue is for the 2 stars. The yellow is for the 1 stars. The neon is for the DNF books, which means did not finish. And then, like I said, the white is just to go in between each colors. So let's go through all the books I've been reading recently. Let me grab my Goodreads so I remember which one it is, because at the top of my head, I do not. Last time we finished on a DNF, which was This Is Going to Hurt by Adam Kay. We are starting again with a 5-star rating. I know, we're going from one extreme to the other. So 5 star is pink, which is really nice. We haven't had a lot of pink this year, so this is actually just going to be, this will be the third 5 star that I'm adding to the snake, so this is really cool. And my 5 star is Sunrise on the Reaping by Susan Collins. Oh, where's my crochet hooks now? Oh, damn it. I'm so unprepared today, but I've got my hook. We are working with the 4mm. So as I was saying, 5 star for Sunrise on the Reaping by Susan Collins. If you are not aware, Sunrise of the Reaping is one of the prequel of The Hunger Games. And it is the story of Haymitch. If you watch the original Hunger Games, you will know that Haymitch was one of Katniss' mentor. And such a troubled character. But now, I know why. And oh my god, let me tell you, I was heartbroken when I read his story. Like, I very rarely get emotional when I read a book, but his story just got me. Like, they did him so dirty during these games. I was so sad for him. No wonder why he's an alcoholic. And I just wanted to give him a hug. I really hope they're going to make that book justice. Like when the film comes out next year. They are in the middle of filming it, and I really hope it's going to be good, because it deserves to be good. I don't want them to do like anything bad to that book. I just I really hope it's going to be as good as the first trilogy. I really do. And here we are. My heartbreak has been added. Oh, this is so sad. Have you read Sunrise on the Reaping? Do you feel the same? Is it a 5-star for you as well? Ugh, I'm really crossing my fingers for the film. I really hope they make it justice. Ugh, that would be so sad if it wasn't. My next book that I've read is from an indie author called Biker Leather and Woolly Sheep by Fanny Garsting. I met this author, it's very warm. I met this author when I went to LFCC earlier this year. LFCC stands for London Film and Comic Con. This is my favorite Comic Con to go to. And she was there and we had a chat and everything, and she was selling some of her books, and out of all the books that she had on her stall, I liked this rom-com. It looked, when reading the blurb, it looked really sweet and really cute. But I gave it a 2 stars. Unfortunately, it was too short. It's two stars blue, isn't it? It's 2 stars. So 2 star means it's blue. So I did give it a 2 stars because it was too short. I always complain that the book is too long and it just drags, but this one unfortunately was too short. It was only 180 pages if I remember, and it literally was not enough to build the story and to build up the chemistry between the two main characters, between the two love interests, and everything that happens at the farm. It was nice. It was a nice story. It was a nice book, but unfortunately they needed a lot more build around, if you know what I mean. It needed more. I needed more, and the story in general needed more. It's a good start. I'm glad I picked up the book, and I'm glad I read it, but I feel thirsty for more. And it was too quick and not enough. I know I am not someone that can talk at length about books and give the best reviews. That's why I just stick to giving a rating and crocheting collars on the snake. Because I just don't have the word to describe how I feel about a book, and I don't always remember the whole book even after I just finish it. So if you ask me a month down the line, I definitely won't remember all the details, but I can tell you the big lines of what I thought about it, and yeah, these are the big line of what I thought about it. It was too short, I needed more. She also writes fantasy, so I'm hoping her fantasy work is a bit more build up than her. It was a romantasy, I think. Yeah, there was a bit of smut in it. So I'm hoping her fantasy work has a bit more build up work behind than her romantasy. So yeah, I might read more from her if I ever see her or her books around again. I might pick up something else and see how differently she writes and how her world building is. But yeah, that was nice, but that was a bit disappointing. So 2 stars for effort. Are you ready to go even more downhill than a 2 stars? Are you ready for a yellow? Because yes, our next book, the next book that I've read, is a 1 star. And this one was The Chemist by Stephanie Meyer. And it does saddens me a little bit because I've been meaning to read this book for years. I've wanted to read this book for years because Twilight is a big thing in my life. I do like a bit of Twilight. And I absolutely loved The Host as well. Because of these, I was just so excited to read The Chemist. It's been on my wish list for many years, and unfortunately it did not go well. It was the longest and the most boring thing ever. I think it was like over 600 pages. Like, why? That is way too long. And it was 600 pages that could have, at least half could have been cut off, because it was just the same thing over and over. And the love interest was a nightmare. Like, you think Bella in Twilight is bad, but this guy is a lot worse. Is so bad. It just doesn't understand anything, even after being explained 300 times, but still just wants to spend time kissing, and even though they're in danger. So yeah, that was really bad, really boring, not interesting. I like to read before bed. This is when I read. I read before bed, and I really didn't want to pick up the book. I just wanted to just go to bed instead of reading. I have no idea why I forced myself to finish the book. Usually I give 100 pages, and if I like it, I'll keep going, and if I don't, I just give up. But for some reason, I think it's because it's Stephanie Meyer, and I was really hoping something good was going to happen. So I kept going. I kept reading, and unfortunately, nothing happened, and I lost a long time off of my life trying to read this thing, which is very unfortunate and sad, but hey ho. At least it's out of my wish list. At least I've read it, and now it's with one of my friends, and I'm really looking forward to what she thinks about it. She sent me a message yesterday saying, "I can't believe you gave a 1 star rating to a Stephanie Meyer." I know I did, and I nearly did not finish it. So hurry up and read it so we can talk about it, and you can tell me what you thought about it. But yeah, if you read it, what did you think? Because I'm disappointed. Disappointed, sad. we have 2 more books to add to the snake, and I'm afraid to say the next one is also a 2 stars. We are going back to blue. So the book is Theodore Boone, The Fugitive by John Grisham. I got this book in a blind date with a book, and turns out this was book number 5 in a series. I have never heard of this series. I don't think I ever heard of John Grisham, but I got this book from like the blind date, and I just decided to go for it anyway. It was good. It was a good book, but because I haven't read the first 4, I couldn't really rate it more. I couldn't give it a higher rating because I didn't know anything about the character. I didn't know anything about what was happening really. I only just what was in that book, nothing prior. So I didn't have any understanding. So even though I enjoyed it, I didn't have a choice but rate it a 2 because it was just, yeah. It was a shame. It was nice, but yeah, that was not for me. I am not going to go back to book 1. I'll just leave it there. But I'm just using it as a standalone and give it a 2 star and moving on. Are you ready to add a different color? I mean, it is a color that's been coming quite a bit. Yeah, you may have guessed it. We're going purple. We are going 3 stars. And the 3 stars is actually for something that I am annoyed at. I am not going to trust Book Talk or whatever it's called, because every time there is a super hyped book on that app, I end up not liking it, and that annoys me. This one that I'm talking about, the 3 star, is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. It is a 3 star, so I did not hate it, but it wasn't the best either. Like everyone was raving about it, but it's not that great. I'm actually, like, to be honest, I am on the fence between 2.5 and 3 stars, but I don't have a color for 2.5. And Goodreads doesn't have a star, like a half a star like rating thing, so I had to go higher. So yeah, 3 stars. It was okay, but that friendship with Sam and the girl, I forgot her name, like literally the friendship between the 2 characters, like the relationship with them 2 was just so annoying. I'm just like, the one character that I liked just, yeah, I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, just left, and that was annoying because he was a good character, and it was just out of the picture afterwards, and no. Why did you do that? So yeah, I'm annoyed. And all the talk about video games, I'm not really a video game person, so all the talk about it was not fun. Like, all the games that they made, I was not interested in them. They did not make me want to play them. So yeah, it was another one of these book talk hype that just goes down the drain, and this is why I have trust issues. Because it sounds good, but it's not good in the end, and I get sad and I get annoyed, and my snake end up with another blue on its body, another purple on its body, I mean. So yeah, tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. Another one that I had high expectations for, and just another roller coaster of disappointment. I am not going to trust these booktubers anymore, or these book talkers anymore. I only have 8% battery on my camera, so I will be quick, but here is my snake, all updated with his 5 new books. Isn't it cute? It still doesn't have a name, so if you have an idea, please let me know, because otherwise it's going to end up with something like Edward Cullen or something. But here it is. It's so cute. I can't wait to see how many books I can fit in this year. We are in October. I don't know how much I can read in 3 months, because like I said, I only read a chapter or 2 before bed, so it can be quite slow. And I am actually reading, like, I think I'm on that chapter 4 of King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo, and this is quite a chunky book as well. So yeah, I don't think I will have a very long snake, but this is a nice size already anyway, so I'm pretty happy. It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. The quality has not been perfect, but still good. I'm still very happy. If you are on Goodreads, feel free to send me a friend request. I do like to share my love about books. I actually have a podcast called What Will You Read Next? I started it during lockdowns and I stopped it a couple of years ago, but I am thinking of bringing it back to life. So keep an eye out for that, maybe. But yeah, I love books, I love reading, and I love crocheting, so bringing both hobbies together is nice. It's a nice little thing to do. What are you reading right now? Just let me know in the comments. I am really curious. I'm always looking for recommendation. I'm trying to like be open-minded and read a bit of everything, because I like to discover new things. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Vanessa and I post a video every Sunday. So if you like everything crafty, like crochet and a bit of reading and a bit of traveling, just subscribe. I'll see you next week. Bye everyone. I begin to